Two more friends of Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev will be heading to prison. Three of his college friends at UMass Dartmouth are going to jail. It's for what they did after finding out he was the man accused of the terror attack.
Well, today, Robert Philippos was sentenced to 3 years in prison for lying to the FBI. Also in court today, Azamat Dzhokhar was sentenced to 3.5 years for conspiracy and obstruction. Earlier this week, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev was sentenced to several years in prison. Prosecutors say two of them removed a backpack and laptop from the dorm after the bombings.
A third friend watched, and that friend then lied to investigators about it.
Adam Bagney breaks it all down from Boston.
Three friends of the Boston Marathon bomber all have something else in common with Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. They've been convicted and sentenced. Today, the fate of the final two men decided in Boston federal court. The decision, 3.5 years for Azamat Dzhokhar. But with the time he's already served and good behavior, his lawyer says he could be out in 9 months. A relief to the defendant, who addressed the court in a tearful apology, saying in part, quote, "I know I can't do anything to change what happened, but I regret my decision."
First thing Azamat was asking from his father is to visit memorial, to lay flowers and pay respect to victims.
But one of the jurors in the case, who attended sentencing today, was angered by the decision, arguing that had Dzhokhar come forward sooner, he could have prevented the impending death of MIT police officer Sean Collier, an assertion his lawyers strongly deny.
If he spoke up right away, the FBI wouldn't have been wasting time.
Our client had nothing to do with any kind of police injury, police shootout.
A third man, Robert Philippos, was also sentenced today to 3 years in prison, accused of lying to authorities as they tried to piece together who was responsible for the blasts that killed 3 people and injured more than 260 others. Specifically, the 3 men removed a backpack filled with fireworks from a New Bedford apartment. The man who actually threw out the bag, Diaz Kaderbayev, was sentenced to 6 years in prison Tuesday, and subject to his appeal, his friends will now join him. Meanwhile, the formal sentencing for bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is scheduled for June 24th. In Boston, I'm Adam Bagney, NBC 10 News.